Hey everybody, this is Peter with Cooking with Peter. Well, springtime has arrived in 2025, and that means for me that it's time to get out the Ninja Woodfire Outdoor Grill and do some great cooking. Today, I'm going to be making something with you and for you that is super special. It is a smoked bourbon bacon cheeseburger. Sounds pretty incredible, right? Stay with me, I'm going to show you how. Okay, I want to go over the list of ingredients with you today. And first of all, we have 4 6-ounce burger patties. We also have 4 single slices of thick bacon, which I will also be cooking along with the beef. Here I have some mushrooms with some butter, which we'll be sauteing those. And also have red onion. So I'm going to be cooking together the mushrooms and the red onion, and they'll be going on top. Over here in the back, we have 4 slices of good old cheddar cheese. You can use any kind of cheese that you like. Here we have the spices I'm going to be using today. We have the Weber's Gourmet Burger. That's going to be going onto the beef patties. In the bourbon glaze, I'm going to be putting in 1 teaspoon of the blend, salt, pepper, garlic from Kinder's. You can use any SPG you want. We have some 3 tablespoons of butter, which will go into the glaze. There's that SPG from Kinder's. We have 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire, 2 tablespoons of Jack Daniel's. That was Sinatra's favorite bourbon, so hey, it's good enough for me. And here we have 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. Now let's just go outside and let's get that grill fired up. So many people have asked me the questions about, hey Peter, what kind of pellets do you use? I just use the big bag from Costco. And then I have some of the charcoal pellets that you can see in there. And it's a mixture of those two. So we have the charcoal pellets and we have the regular pellets from Costco. Okay, as you can see, we have the pellets in there. I have both the wood pellets as well as the charcoal pellets. Now this is the Ninja Woodfire Grill XL, so it's the larger one. And we're going to be turning it on. And then I'm going to be turning it on to the smoker mode. See that smoker? And I'm going to leave it at 250. And that's where we're going to start it today. It's set here for 4 hours. Of course, it's not going to take anything near that time. Go ahead and press start. And also, whenever you're smoking, you don't need to press the wood fire flavor button right here because it does it for you automatically. Now let's let this heat up and then we'll come back and put the burgers on in about 20 minutes. Okay, I've got the Ninja Woodfire Grill heating up outside. Take about 15 or 20 minutes. And then we'll be ready to put on these burgers and bacon onto the grill. But first, I'm also going to start off and make the bourbon glaze for you. Let me show you how we're going to do that. It's really easy. Okay, I have the pot heating up for the glaze. Just going to put the butter in, and you want the butter to melt all the way. So when that butter's melted, I'll come back and show you the next steps. Okay, now that the butter is almost melted, I'm going to be putting in the brown sugar. We're going to want the brown sugar to get melted as well. Okay, you can see that the brown sugar is melted. Now I'm going to be adding in the bourbon, the Worcestershire sauce. Stir that up. Oh, it smells great already. And now we'll just be adding in the SPG, salt, pepper, garlic. I'm using the blend from Kinder's for that. Just stir it up. And that truly is all there is to do for this bourbon glaze. Okay, we're ready to go on to the next steps. And I just want to show you that I did put the gourmet blend onto the burgers. And so that's been sitting there for a while. And I'll get this ready to go outside. But the next steps we're going to be doing is actually cooking the mushrooms and the onions while we wait for the grill to heat up for us. So I'm going to be cooking the onions and the mushrooms out on my grill, on my patio. The reason for that is that I don't like cooking onions in my house because the smell of the onions just kind of permeates everything. So let's go outside and I'm going to show you how we're going to be cooking these mushrooms and onions on my outdoor grill. Okay, you can see here at my outdoor grill and I have the heat on pretty high. Just going to let it heat up a little bit. And then I put a little olive oil in the pan just to let you know. I didn't mention that when I first started, but I'm going to put the olive oil in and then add some good old butter to that. And as this starts to melt, we will then start cooking the mushrooms and the onions. Okay, the onions are getting a head start, so now I'm just going to put in the mushrooms. I'll start letting the mushrooms cook down with the onions. A little more. SPG, again, not very much. I'll mix these up so that they get some of the butter and oil on there. And as I said before, these mushrooms are going to be soaking up some of the oil and the butter, which is why I put in what I did. And they're not going to have a lot of flavor, so that's why I put in a little bit of the SPG. I'm going to add a little bit more, not much. Okay, now let's go put the burgers and bacon on the smoker. Okay guys, we are ready to start putting these hamburgers and the bacon on the smoker. Now lay this bacon out in the smoker because you want it to get some nice smoke flavor also. Now this is not going to be cooking this all the way. We're just putting some smoke on here. One thing I forgot to mention, guys, is that you definitely want to have this sitting under your grill in the back because these burgers and the bacon are going to be pretty oily and that fat is going to drain down. If you don't have something there to catch it, you're going to have a huge mess. So you can pick these up from Ninja, or even I've seen them at Walmart pretty inexpensively. Mushrooms and onions are coming along very, very nicely. They are looking fantastic. All right, guys, these burgers are done. So what I'm going to do is now take them off. I'm going to turn the grill up to grill on medium and just going to brown them a little bit more to get them better and also just to kind of crisp up that bacon. Well, we are there. It's only been about half an hour of smoking and it looks delicious. Be right back. Okay, as you can see, there is an awful lot of grease on here, so you can do one or two things. You can use a paper towel, as I'm doing here, and soak up that, because if you don't, this is going to be splattering. You can see back in the back, you have a drain hole right there. So you can kind of push things to that drain hole. Remember, this is one of the reasons why you need that pan in the bottom of your grill, because it's going to be a mess if you don't have that pan there, right? So just keep pushing all this there. Flip over your paper towel, get more if you need to, but just keep moving that to your drain. Okay, now I'm going to turn this off because I'm going to move to the grill section and I'm going to move to medium right there. And for the time, I'm going to go to a few minutes, 1 hour actually, but it's only going to take 2 or 3 minutes to do what I want to do, which is brown. I don't want to turn this on high because that's not my goal to burn this food. I just want to put some crispiness to it. I'm going to hit preheat. As soon as it preheats, I'll be back and show you the rest. Okay, now is the time we're going to be adding our bourbon glaze. So just put that right there, right on the top. Brush some on the bacon as well. Put a nice sweet bourbon glaze on the bacon. I'm going to let these sit for just a couple of minutes and we'll flip them over and do the other side. You can see the bacon is crisping up very, very well. The burgers are doing great too. Got some nice marks on the burger. Looking great. Okay, now I'm going to come back and put more bourbon glaze on there. You can definitely taste the bourbon for sure. Also some sweetness and also a little bit of pepper. A little bite to it. Okay, now it's time for our cheese. So let's put our cheese on there. One more minute, guys, and we're done. You tell me, does that look great? I think so. Let's take these off and go build these bourbon bacon burgers inside. These smoked bourbon bacon burgers. All right, my friends, we are ready to put these burgers together. And look at this. They just look fantastic. Smoked, grilled. They have cheese on them, bacon. Can it get any better than that? You know, put that bourbon glaze on there, wraps it all up. It's going to be amazing. Let's put it together. I've toasted the buns, as I've told you. So I put them in the toaster oven for a few minutes. I'm going to put a good amount of mayonnaise on the bottom. A good amount, and when I say a good amount, I mean a good amount. To that, I'm going to be putting one large slice of tomato. Let me go ahead and do the other side too. Now I'm going to be putting on some lettuce. You have to make it healthy, right? Just a little bit. Make everybody think we're going to be healthy with this anyway. All right, now I'm going to be putting on the burger. One burger goes here. One burger goes here. I'm now putting on half a slice of crispy bacon on the top. Just want to show you where I'm at so far. Mayo, lettuce, tomato, burger, bacon. All right, that's where I am so far. I'm sure you can see it down here. Now I'm going to be putting on a little bit more mayonnaise on top of the bacon. On top of that, I'm going to be putting on some mushrooms and onions. Now we have the top of the toasted bun. And there we have it, my friends. Look at that. A smoked bourbon bacon burger. And it's all for you and all for me. All right? So let me get these pictures taken for this so I can attract more people to watch the video. And I'll be right back, give this a taste, and tell you how they came out. Be right back. Now there's only one thing left to do, and that is to taste the burger. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. Look at that burger. It looks fantastic, doesn't it? So let me taste this for you. You, of course, get the smokiness from the smoke on the Ninja Woodfire Outdoor Grill. You get the great flavor of the smoke, but not too much. You know, sometimes it can be really overbearing, but let that grill go through its first heat up, and then put the burgers on. About 30 minutes, 250 is all I did. They came out great. Take them off, heat the grill up, be sure to clean it as we talked about, and come back and just put these burgers on the grill, put that bourbon glaze on there. It's amazing. You also get the taste of the bacon, the mushrooms on there, the onions, mayonnaise, you know, the bourbon glaze. It's all there. It all comes together very, very nicely. Nothing is overpowering on this. So it is delicious. I hope you will make it. I want to thank you very much for watching my video today. Do me a favor and please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. It really helps us out here at the channel. Also, be sure to tell your friends about us and ask them to join and subscribe as well. Also, you can become a supporting member of the channel. You can just click that join button and you can become a sous chef, a kitchen assistant, or an executive producer of the show. I want to thank you again for watching. Do me a favor and please tell your friends. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.